Let's see. Hi, cutie. Hi. Um, my chat is frozen, so I'm gonna just start. I am assuming that I get to the farm. I'm assuming that folks are chopping and dicing and everything else for Thanksgiving tomorrow, which I'll be chopping and dicing and everything else probably tomorrow. But we are here. Hi. I don't know if you can. Whoa, my. Anyway, yeah, I see. Hi, cutie, and get to the farm. Let me just go here and see. I don't know what happened with my chat over here. Where is my husband? And why am I saying that? Why won't this chat? Oh, look at there. That's better. Well, it's not working now. Let me see. Howdy. Whoops. Howdy all. Okay. Here we go. Took enough time. Yeah, everybody's doing something tonight. So I'm just gonna get going. I hope you can see me. And what I'm doing, I'm gonna be using my little thingy over here so I can keep track of what it is that you're seeing. Couple of housekeeping notes first. In the description, which should be in the description if I did it right. Let me see. What's down here in the description? Oh dear. We are now, oh, it doesn't have it down there. I'm going to have to put it in later. Okay, for some reason it's not on there. I wonder why. I'll put it in there. There is a lot of current talk about the migrant caravan. And before I go on, this is not about whether or not you are pro-immigration, not pro-immigration, has nothing to do with immigration. This, from everything I've watched, this caravan has nothing to do with immigration, okay? Yeah, can somebody let me know that you can see and hear me? But anyway, back to this caravan. I learned over the past couple days that this caravan is drawing a lot of attention on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else. And the reason is that what the implications can be for the caravan, meaning thousands of people, now this is just what I've heard on other channels, okay? Thousands of people rushing our border potentially could cause martial law in some states, martial law everywhere. All there are folks out there talking about Rex 84. I had to look that one up, okay? Which is, I'm not even going to go into it. And what I did, can you all hear me? Can somebody tell me if you can hear me? If not, okay. If so, great. I wonder if B-Man can hear me. Just a second, and then I'll get back to this caravan because I'm gonna put the links below as soon as I finish this. Mark, can you hear me? Okay, great. All right, hubby can hear me, so I'm gonna go on. Anyway, I had in my beautiful description that for some reason didn't carry over from my channel thing, whatever, some channels that I think give the best description of this caravan. Like I said, it's not about the people. In fact, when I heard there were 150 children who had been abandoned in Mexico, I looked at my husband and then I said, no, I can't really ask him anything. I'm going to be trimming while I'm talking here. And I thought, I'm going down there and get me some kids. I mean, not just to get me some kids that way, but because I love children. As all of you know, I absolutely love children. We adopted one, and as far as I'm concerned, when I hear about children that don't have anywhere to go, I'll just go get them, bring them to the farm. But anyway, it's not about whether you're pro or con immigration. I have nothing negative to say about immigration, either does my husband. Not to get too personal about our family lives, but we do have people in our family who have immigrated here, and they are wonderful, fantastic additions to our country. Even those that, you know, just want to come over and do manual labor like construction or whatever, no problem. After reading through everything, I have to assume, what is that? Oh, okay. I have to assume that, like most of these channels are saying, it's way more to do about immigration, blah, and more to do with an alternative agenda, which none of us knows. And the channels, I'm just going to verbally say them. One channel that I subscribed to some time ago, Locked and Loaded, 100%. Some of you may be familiar with it. Some of you may not. I will, like I said, right after the stream, I'm going to put these links below. Locked and Loaded, 100%. Thank God I came up on them not long ago, and caught one of their live streams, and I just click with them. I just absolutely love that channel. They're very strong in their faith, and they are patriots to 200%. Again, there's a plea in Arizona for help, and without going too much into it, they are going to go help. Tomorrow night, and I apologize, I don't know the time. If I get the time, I'm going to contact them by email after the stream. I meant to do it before, but I didn't have time. And ask them what time is their stream tomorrow night. I know it's a holiday, but they're going to have someone on there who's going to talk about what American patriots are doing just to help out in Arizona, because there's a part of our country down there that just really needs a lot of help. So I encourage you to go to their channel, watch that stream, and if your heart so desires, please donate to them in this cause. You know me, the Bee Lady. I never sit here and ask for money. God has been very good to us, and you know, we try to help as much as we can everyone. I intend to help them. However, this is a cause that just touches my heart, because they don't have to do this. I've gotten to know, you know, through YouTube, you know, I see their wives, families, and so forth, who they're leaving behind. And this is a big thing. And regardless of whether or not you're pro or con immigration, you know, I don't know the abbreviations, but if the shit hits, and take that, I take that word out. Sorry, dear. If whatever hits, people like this are going to be people that you know, we are going to want on our side. So that's all I have to say about them. Another girl, Amy Sutton. She is on Facebook. She is in San Diego. I've watched some of her live videos. She's in contact with people right there at the border, and she goes down there on occasion. I personally think she's going to be a celebrity one day soon. She did a live stream with Locked and Loaded. And they were very surprised that you know, she did, but you know, this is the type of person I think she is. She's only streaming on Facebook, so you can go there and see Amy Sutton. There's another channel. Oh, what is it? Controversial News. I believe that's it. Yeah. This gentleman is in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. All of the news he talks about is from Spanish news, not our newspapers, and he will give you the sites. And another one is RKTNN News. This gentleman is on for hour stretches at a time, every other hour, from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. He has a call-in show. He's just all over it. Him and his wife speak fluent Spanish, and if you think folks in the country aren't concerned with this immigration issue, and like I said, America's a big-hearted country, so this is not about we don't want them here, yeah. Everyone is trying to figure out what exactly is going on, you know, and of course there are some bad people in there that are causing grief in Mexico, but that's another thing, and it makes it bad for the people that just really want to get here and have a good life. Oh, what was the other thing I was going to tell you? Maybe that's it. Oh, as I was saying, if you think people are not interested in this, when I was in Lock and Loaded's chat, they had more. I had to leave. I left when they had 300 plus in the chat. Some of RKT NN's chats, over 1,000. I've never been in a chat before with over 1,000 people in the chat. I mean, it's just amazing. People from all over the world. This thing is big. Like I said, it's big because people are trying to find out what's at the bottom of this. Why is this going on? And what, if anything, are the powers that be trying to accomplish by doing this? Okay. Moving on. What's the title I have on here? Do I have any title on here? Oh, for goodness sakes. Okay. Moving on. Next. The last time I streamed, I showed a scarf. And hi, Micro. The last time I streamed, I showed a scarf by Micro. I just gave the big plug for all the channels for the Caravan, which I didn't carry over to my stream. But I'm going to remedy that as soon as I'm done. Anyway, water time. Anyway, oh, by the way, I'm drinking Essential. However you say it. It's 9.5 alkaline. I don't know if you are aware of this, but no. Is this alkaline or what? One or the other. It's the right one. And an apple. Mark, I just lost it here. Michael, can you help me? Which is this? Let's see. The book is called Alkalize or Die. So it's got to be the alkaline. Whatever. If your body's out of whack, it fosters illness. So I try to drink this as much as possible. Anyway, I showed in my last stream a scarf that was made by me, for me, by Susan Sullivan. And what I neglected to show you, because is if you look at the scarf, you will see that those are bees. Every little thing in here is a bee. Can you believe it? I called my husband in the kitchen. I said, look at this. These are bees. And then someone brought it to my attention through a message. And I went, oh my God. I mean, the time spent to do this. Isn't that amazing? She's just an amazing person. Susan Sullivan. She's on Facebook. And you can catch up with her in chats. And, she crochets. I don't know. She makes salves and everything. I know I provide her with beeswax. And she, out of the blue, she made this and a hat and I forget what else. Oh, scrubby. And this is so soft. Okay. And also, she sent me some salves and some lip balm, which I have been using. Great person, so you want to look her up. Okay, now, if you have any questions about bees, Bee Man is there in the chat to answer those questions, and I might talk about those later. But today is going to be the pom-pom, because the subject, I can't believe that didn't carry over, but anyway, is a pom-pom rug, okay? First order of business is the pom-pom. Now, what you're going to need is 2 toilet paper rolls. I used paper towel rolls and just cut them in half. I just did because in our stash of rolls, and believe me, we have a couple hundred here, we couldn't find the toilet paper one. So I used toilet paper, cut them in half. You're going to need 2 cardboard circles, about, I don't know, as big as you want your pom-poms. This is duct tape on here because I made a mistake. But you're gonna, and only one of them, you're gonna want to put a hole in the center. This is as far in the center as I got. I mean, and one here. And this was kind of cute because you can see the milk foam there. I I made these from our doggy's milk bone box because we buy the big box of milk bones for them. And the one dog came out and could just knew from the scent I was doing it. And the cardboard was on the floor, and she took the cardboard and was labor intensive. Anyway, you're going to need just on it scissors. I have several pair. I don't know which pair. Oops, there goes my fan. Will be the sharpest. I also have these, which I know you've seen. They come in most crochet and knitting kits. They're shaped like a bird. Yeah, you can see them better that way. They're really sharp. I sharpened these just recently with cutting sandpaper that's doubled over. I tried to use aluminum foil. It didn't work for me. So anyway, and you're going to need yarn, okay? Now, according to this video, she used 2 strands of yarn at a time, like I did, okay? And the first thing she did was take 2 rolls and put them together. I'll show you this part. And then, because this time I have one almost all made, she took her 2 strands of yarn, here, okay, and she made a knot on the bottom. You'll see this when you go to the video. Very clear cut video. There we go. Wait a minute. Actually, you're gonna want, this is what I do, folks, when I've had it. I just start chopping it off. Okay, you're gonna want something about like this. I don't know how long this is. Let me use my little purple ruler here. Maybe 6, 12, 10 inches, because this is gonna be a rug. Okay, and I'm sure some of you have seen this, but this is a great way, you know, to get rid of old yarn, bits and pieces of yarn, to whip up pom-poms. Oh, for goodness sakes. It doesn't have to be any specific color. And what I actually did on the one I used was I doubled it over like this. You know, here's the other 2, and then I just folded it here to get a big enough knot for me to work. And she took her 2 rolls, and she held them. I'll hold these together. Okay. She put the knot through them like this. You're going to need that knot later on. Okay. And I held mine together like this. And then she started wrapping. And to get the size pom-pom that she made, she used 2 strings of yarn, 4-ply. It looked like 4-ply. And she went around the rolls 60 times. On the one I'm going to show you, I went around the rolls 100. Okay, I didn't take any chances. I went around 100 with 2-ply yarn just to see what I come up with, because this is a rug. Okay, so are there any? I don't know if anybody's watching. Probably not, but that's okay. Because like I said, everybody's making dinner, and I'll just put this out later. So, after this part, you've gone all the way around. Then you take, let's see, I'll use this. She took two, this was double like this. Double strings, and brought them up from the bottom here. Well, I'll get one to show you, except she used 2. Oh, I know. I use one of these. That'll work. Ah, here we go. Just to give you an idea. She used 2. Up through the bottom like this. You can see right through there. It's through here, through the tubes. And what she did, well, first she cut the string off of here so you're not wrapping. But I'm not going to do that because I'm going to continue on with another one with this. But she cut this off. Then she put this up like this. And then she tied it. Now, she tied it once. And after she tied it once, she looped this one around like this. And then she looped this one around like this. So she had, in essence, a double tie. If you can see this, that's all she did was loop it. Okay, and then drew it really tight. Okay, next, after that, as you're making it, slip them off the rolls. Okay, moving on, after you've slipped them off the rolls, you're going to have something that looks like this. Okay, oh dear, let me see. Okay, I'm going to cut this because this is a wayward string there. Okay, these two are where I tied it. So I have two double strings, one here and one here. This is from where I tied it. Okay, now the fun part is, these are wayward strings that we'll take care of later, is to go in here and cut inside here. Okay, all the way around. And these scissors aren't going to be, let's try these. Yeah, a little bit at a time. Okay, these are sharp enough. Okay, so I'm just cutting inside here. My thought process says that there's got to be a better way to get this in here, to get these separated. Oh dear. Let's see. What am I doing? Ugh. Okay, here we go. She cut a little. I'm going to keep going back and forth between scissors. Let's see here. Okay. These here. Okay. We're getting there. Just going back and forth between. Yeah. Just make sure you have all the loops cut. Like there's some loops down in here. But not to worry, because they might actually be the right length. Okay. I'm just shaking out and making sure I have all the loops cut here. Let's see. Whoops. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Almost. Here we go. Oops. Okay. All right. Now this side. I think I got them. Make sure. Yeah. Now this side. Same thing. We're in here and we're going to cut all the loops. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to use these scissors again. Even though they're small, they're the sharpest scissors I have here. So it might help a little bit. This is where you really want sharp scissors. And even though these are the smallest, because I have like 100 wraps on here, I didn't want to take any chances of it being fluffy. Because like I said, it is a rug. Oh dear. Let's see, let's try this. I'm going to have to, oh dear, break out my new sewing scissors. That'll do it. Yeah, having sharp scissors sure does make a difference. Come on. Sharpest I have are tiny, tiny, tiny. Oh dear. Okay, this here. Okay, this here. Let's see. Oh. And basically on each loop, you pull it up, you know, to the top of the loop. It's gonna look like this, but not to worry, because we're gonna work with this. Okay, shake it out. Ugh. And there's some extra ones there, but we're not gonna worry about those either. We're just going back now, looking for anything that we didn't quite cut. Here's a few in here. Let's see. Whoops. Okay, a few here. There we go. Nope, 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 nope. Still checking on here. Oh, boy, these are very interesting. Okay. Nope. Let's see. Nope, nope, nope. Ugh. There. Now, that one right there was just bothering me. Okay. Oh, it's getting hot in here. We have our wood stove going, so yeah, that's helping out with the heat up here, because as you all know, heat rises. So let's see. Woo, pulling out everything. Okay, now, I could have done this tighter too. Oh, oh, I can't get the scissors off. Look at this. Okay, enough of that. Okay, now, go this way. Let's see, how is this? Great. Okay, now, here we go. That's that's the first part, okay? Now, this is why we have the two cardboards, okay? What we're gonna do is take, let me make sure I got everything. Yeah, okay. This one, the one with the hole in it, and we're gonna take the 4 strings that are here, and I'm gonna twist them to get, make them so they'll go through there, like that. And these go through here, like this, okay? So it comes up, you may want to get these as flat as you can. Pom-poms are like, you work on them and you work on them and, make them the way you want them. What? Thought I had a loop in there. Okay, so this one comes up like this, okay? Next, you're going to shake and you're going to look for what you think is the center. So you've got half over here and approximately half here, 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 and here, okay? Now, you can see that. Let's smooth this out a little. Now you're going to take your other, oh, two family, take your time, girl. We're just here. We're just streaming. We figure everybody is cooking, but we're on it. Okay, so you take this cardboard and you are going to align it with this cardboard, and then you're going to, oh, this is going to be fun. You're going to cut around the edge. Now, I can't see the other cardboard, so this is going to be really fun. I traced these circles on a very large cup because this was the size pom-pom I wanted to make. I just might go back, I can use this pom-pom for something, and make these a little larger. Oh, wait, let me get this in the center. Maybe that's it. Yeah, let me try this. Where's the center? Maybe here. Boy, I don't know about this. I'm just gonna, let me think a second. Can y'all hold on a minute? Be me and entertain one or two or whatever. I'm gonna go get my other scissors. Just a second, folks. Be right back. Oh, this is fun. All right, folks, I don't know about this. These aren't the ones, these are not the scissors I was looking for, but they can't be any worse. Oh, dear. Okay, let's see here. Let me see if I can get this in the center. Okay, let's see what will happen. I'll cut a little at it. Ah, these aren't bad. Heck. I'll cut, that's it. Cut layer after layer. So we're going around layer after layer. Yeah. How's that? This could be lopsided. I don't know. Depends on how good your eye is. Okay, let's see. Ideally, I think I'm supposed to be able to see both cardboards, but I'm just working from the back. Something else she recommends also in the video, which will be below once I figure out, once I go on and fix the description. I don't know why it didn't carry over, but it didn't. Here we go. Scissors. We have a lot of scissors around our home. We just do. I have my special pair that I use in the garden. I like regular large scissors that are in really good shape more than I like those garden scissors. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of looking at this as it relates to the circle, if that makes any sense. Like I'm trying to use my eye and see, well, gee, how much out of the circle do I have? When ideally what you're supposed to do is go around the inside. Okay, I'm just not sure. I can tell now based on the second part of this to make a rug. My husband doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be sitting down there winding pom-poms also. But this is, if you have children, if you have grandchildren that are little, this is a good, something good to make for them. A little rug they can, take their naps on it and stuff. I'm going to start with it like that and see what happens here. Once I shake this out, see how things look. Let me see. We're getting there. Okay, we got to go down more. Okay, obviously. Okay, but, okay, so we'll go back. All right, we're going to, boy, I tell you. If you want to know how big my circles are, I will tell you. They are, I had this measured downstairs. She had a sheet out that she used to keep all these trimmings away. My circles are approximately 3 3/4 inches wide. Okay. So let me, whoops, get this back up here. Wait a minute. Let's see what I'm doing. Remember, this goes up here. Wait, let me make sure I got everything out. This. If you've ever used one of those pom-pom makers from the store, this follows that almost to a T. Where you trim around, except this is, you don't have to pay for it. This one is, you're not paying for it. So now what I'm going to do is go in further. Okay. Oh, dear. Oh. I'm sure as I work with this, as with anything, and as those of you who are crafty discover, as you work with things, you come up with shortcuts. I'm sure there's a shortcut way to this. I'm sure of it. Let's see. I'm still not quite cutting the actual, around the actual cardboard. I'm still holding out a little bit. And actually, she was saying this was a great craft for children, thinking, okay, they can wind and tie and count, and then you can do the cutting. Let's see this way. How's this looking on this side? Oh, I don't know. And then you're always going to be trimming when you're done. Now, here's what she did. And this isn't going to be perfect. But anyway, She, let's see. I'm going to take this one off and see here what we got. Oh, I love this cutting board. Okay. Let's see. Okay. What she did next was, let me just cut a couple here. We're getting there, see? Oh, how pretty. I wonder if bridesmaids ever thought of using pom-poms. Anyway, she went side to side, which side to side. So if this is the middle, you get it side to side. Okay. Now, here's our knot down here. Okay. Which means that's this thing here. Here we go. That's our string. That's our knot. I'm not quite sure how that went. Wait a minute here. Let me get this. Yeah, okay. But she went side to side. So I'm going to get the pom-pom like this. Here's our pom-pom. Okay. Ooh, got some in my eye. Then she turned it on the side and did this. Okay. Like this. I'm going to flip it over just to move out the yarn. And then she put these two things, oops, not go that way, together again, like this. And she cut this way to even it up. Let's see how this works out. Whoa. If you cut even, it will do it. I can see that. But I'm really hesitant. You know, I don't know. I'm going to see. I'll have to make bigger circles. But your circles, your two circles that you're going to be cutting around can be as big as you want the pom-pom. Remember, I went around this pom-pom 100 times on a paper towel holder, cut in half. Okay. And two strings of, this is 4 because I have 2 at a time. I went around with 2 at a time. Which is going to make it a little challenging, but does this have to be perfect? Nah. So I'm going to have to make my, whoops, sliding around. I'm going to have to, I can see one thing I'm going to have to do is make my circles bigger. Okay, here we go. Let's see now. I'll move this over here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, dear. Now, oh, let's see. There we go. Let's see. I don't know, folks. I'm getting... Hubby! I mean, yeah, I can probably go down more, I think. You can fluff it up. No, but this is 100 times around. If I go down more, it'll be a better pom-pom, right? Yeah, I better go down more. I'll go from the other side this time. So lay it flat and open this up like this from the side, and then flip it and open this side. Okay. Just don't cut your strings when you're doing this. Okay. Now I'm going to just bite the bullet and go down significantly more because I can see what everybody's talking about, that your pom-pom pretty much is going to be, I don't know, kind of small. I don't know. Not too small. Like I said, these circles are 3 3/4. Okay, here we go. Let's see. It's this cutting. Ugh. Let's see. And remember, if you cut this string, well, you can probably jury rig something, but, you know, that's not, the goal is not to cut the string. Okay, the goal is to trying to keep this even by feeling and everything else, whatever I can do. I just have an aversion to going right up to the edge. I don't know why. Let's see, how about on this side? And you can even it up, you know, once your project is finished or before you're tying it on, you can even it up. And another thing you're going to want, well, you'll know why you're going to want larger pom-poms when you see what we do with these. Okay, how are we doing? Okay. Now, set this over here. Okay. Oh, those itches. Okay. Shake, shake, shake. There we go. Okay, now that looks a little better. Wouldn't you say? It's a little lopsided on the top a little bit, but I can cut that down. Maybe. I'm not sure. But keep in mind, this is, you're going to walk on this. Okay? Now, for the next part, you need some backing. Which is, I got this stuff. You know the hook rugs. This is the backing. I purchased what the first person in the video I watched used. I wonder what you can do with this fluffy yarn. I'm going to look that up. I'm not going to throw it out like my scrap paper over there. I'm saving that and I'll figure out what to do with it. Anyway, this has various sizes. I could not figure out what size to get. This happened to be on sale, so I got this. And I'm not real crazy because it seems to be kind of rubbery. I don't know. And it says, it's holds rug flat in place. Well, that's real good because that's what I'm using it for. But this is the material. I'll show you the material here. That you use. No, I'm not making a rug this big. Okay, this is just, I'm ambitious. So, up the road. But you have to decide. This almost stretches. Yeah. You have to decide how big you want your rug. Okay? And then you cut this. Now, back when I was making, let me get this out a little bit to show you something. Hook rugs, which you do not have to buy a hook rug with designs. You can buy this stuff, which is something we did, especially if you have children, grandchildren that want to do these crafts, and you can take a marker, a marker, and put in like the initials, the name, and give them 2 colors. And the name they can do in dark blue, red, whatever, and then everything else around white. And, you don't have, and they can put flowers on their designs, whatever they want, and then just hook the designs. Something else we did was fold it over approximately 1 inch and use masking tape to put this down so it wouldn't ravel. Now, I'm probably showing my age, but this seems to be a little rubbery. What is this made out of? For indoor use, extends life of rugs, various styles. Doesn't tell you what it's made of. But it's not the old-fashioned cloth type. But anyway, I haven't decided what size rug I'm making. So I'm just going to show you the next step, which you can probably guess. You're going to take your pom-pom. Okay, and you're going to take 1 string here, 1 string here. And folks, you can use, even though I used 2 strings to wind it, that was just to get my pom-pom thicker. You can just use 1 string. Not a problem. It depends on how big you want your pom-poms. But what you do is you put 1 string through 1 hole, and I don't know how many holes you want to go over. Let's see. If this is mine, I'm going to go, whoa, let me see here. Okay. We get these even. Maybe go over, let's see. 1, 2, 3. I'll try 2, which isn't very much. 2. There, and then here you'll see I'm going to tie this on just once. There you go. And that's all you do. Tie these on. Tie pom-poms that you've made on this, of course that's a little, there we go, on this rug. And believe it or not, I've seen these finished, and they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. They're beautiful. You can make any color scheme. Finish off your edges. Me personally, they have that binding that you can put on. It's black, like rug binding or something. On the ones that you purchase, Hi, Broussard Homestead. Good to see you. On the ones to make rag rugs. What, Cher? You use the very funny, B-Man. Yeah, you use rag rugs. These for rag rugs? I'd like to know how you do that. Can you do a video on that? Because I really want to make rag rugs. And the only directions I've ever seen for rag rugs use that tool they call a toothbrush tool that the Amish use. But this, you're just tying on pom-poms. So however many pom-poms you want to put on here, okay, is how big you want to make them. And you tie on all your pom-poms. And, you know, the first time, I would just tie these once like I did. They're not going anywhere. This isn't going anywhere for all basic purposes. You know, make them all permanent once you know what you're doing. Now, this may look like, you know, it's flimsy, but it's not. And you get up and step on it. This is all the rave. This is this. So I'm going to be working on pom-poms and putting them on here. You can make patterns. But like I said, I got 4 colors that I'm using. I'll show you those colors. They are blues and whites and grays. This blue, don't ask me what the color is. I don't know. This gray, white and blue. And I just have old yarn. This is what I'll be using. This one just happens to have a label. Doesn't mean that it's brand new. You know, a lot of times I get more than I need for an Afghan or something. But yeah, these are just the colors I'm using on here. So I'm mixing them and everything else. You know, like the white. You could get eggshell if you have eggshell. But, you know, as I'm looking at this and feeling it, I'm going to have to check this out because this isn't the old-fashioned kind. This is a funny care and use. That's what I want to see. Hand wash, cold, do not bleach, do not tumble dry. I don't know about hand wash with this. I have no idea, but it's kind of a rubbery feeling. It's like a blend between rubber and whatever. But to me, this is perfect. You know, this size, which is 3 3/4, 100 times around. If you use 2 strands, I would recommend 200 times around. If you want this size pom-pom, which is approximately, this pom-pom finishes out to be, about, here's the inches up here, 5 inches, 4.5. 4, which isn't a bad size. You know, you have to figure out how much you want to, how big you want your rug to be. Of course, mine is for the grandsons. You know, I thought it would be something nice for them to lay on or have in their room or something. And no, they're only going to be, I don't know, what's a good size? Maybe 4 by 4, 4 by 5, something like that. Certainly, you know, not a room of these. And the good thing is, if something happens to it, I guess you could take out a pom-pom and replace it. I don't know. But yeah. So this is the pom-pom rug, all the rage. And another thing that I started doing, which is not a craft, but it's kind of a craft for me, is I get a lot of magazines. I get just a lot of country magazines, a lot of different magazines with tips and recipes and things like that. And I'm dog earing and whatever else under, say, an Oriental rugs. Yeah, I know that's what it says. Thanks to family. Yeah, but you know, the person I watched on YouTube or wherever I saw this, and I have it bookmarked somewhere, she used these. This is for not slip. This isn't like the old-fashioned ones I used when I did hook rugs. I'm going to have to look for those and use this for something else. I don't know, unless they're interchangeable. I don't know. You know, I'm trimming this off, and I'll trim these when I'm done, but this seems to be the right size. So remember, you're going to need your circles, 2 circles, Wood. I mean wood. Well, two family can make you one of wood. A wood circle. And put a hole in it. That wouldn't be a bad thing. That would be nice to have, you know. And then you're going to have your two, this is a paper towel roll cut in half. And you're going to have a knot back here so your yarn doesn't go through. I don't know how necessary that is. You can maybe tape it. It's up to you. I went around with 2 strands 100 times. Then you're going to come up and tie it. And remember, when she tied it, this I think had a lot to do with the ease off. She tied just like you're going to tie a bow once, but then she looped this one around another time, and she looped this one around another time, and then she did this, you know, put them together and slipped it off, and then, you know, did the cutting. So this is going to be a lot of fun. This is one I can definitely get into. I just was looking and looking. Oh, yeah, now it wants to come apart. For directions on the best pom-pom. And I think this is it. You know, because I'm not going to spend $20 for a pom-pom maker. Especially if I want different sizes. So I think that's it for this week. I'm going to go put in the description what I originally had in the description here. Share. I know you have a lot of guests. I don't know if one of the channels I'm highlighting would like to be a guest. I don't know, but as I was explaining at the beginning of this video, the Migrant Caravan is all the rage these days on YouTube, and it's not because they're pro or con immigration. It's because they really want to know what's in it. I mean, what is the purpose of this? Like, somebody's setting this up, and for what? You know, martial law, war, what? Who knows? You know, and the poor innocent people in the caravan, those are the ones that suffer. So I don't know what to tell you. So that's it for now. When I come back next week, this will be done. And oh, going back to the magazines. When we were out one day, I picked up a right over my head composition book. You know those composition books, they're maybe 50 cents. And now when I go through my magazines, I cut out the article and paste it in there, page after page after page, and that way I have my articles in my composition book, my recipes and whatnot, and I don't have to worry about saving the magazine. I don't know if somebody else came up with that idea first, but hey, it's mine. So we'll continue. Well, we won't continue on with this. We're going to go back to the infamous circle. I lost my cell phone. I don't know where it is. Otherwise, I could show you how I measured out the circle in the geo thing. I will find it by next week. And that's what I don't advise you do, start clipping on these. But for now, that's it. And this is the Bee Lady and Bee Man. Let me see. Oh, look at there. Signing out for this week, and we will see you all hopefully sooner than next week. This isn't what I want. I know you're all staring at me. What is she looking at? And I have to find where it says, oh, there we go, to stop. There we go. Okay. Bye, everybody.